Hi, this is Mike Canton, host and producer of The Soul Show, syndicated in radio markets across the U.S. and in the Caribbean. Just before the release of his Biscuit and Buddy album, I spoke with James Biscuit Rouse. We chatted about the inspiration for his tribute album to percussionist vocalist Buddy Miles and about his October 24th acceptance of Buddy's posthumous induction into the R&B Hall of Fame. James Biscuit Rouse, thanks for spending some time with me with the Soul Show. I'm going to tell you, man, I was so excited about this album. It means a lot in a kind of a, I would say, a musically personal way. And I can tell you, one of my friends who's also on the air, we were so excited when this album was in concept. So thank you for doing it, first of all.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah. I have been playing your music on my show for years, and it was always something a little bit different from what I would say standard R&B, right? And when you came up with this album, I guess I would say I wasn't surprised, and I felt like it was going to be a good fit. And I was thinking about, I went back and I listened to some of your old stuff, like give it a like Biscuit Street and Give It a Chance, Soul Seeker, and yes, it all came back to me that you were ready for this. So we're talking about the Buddy and Biscuit album, and you want to talk
Buddy.
Biscuit and Buddy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
So basically, the project, it was birthed out of doing a tour with Vernon Reid. He was doing a band of gypsies. It was called Vernon Reid's Band of Gypsies Revisited. So we basically took songs from the album, the Fillmore album, and we put our own spin on them. And it was just like, if they were alive today, what would they be doing with these tunes?
Yeah,
that was mindset. So it started 2017, and then I think the last run was in 2018, and we were playing in Irvine, California, and late Great Tate, was playing Burnt Sugar, and he was looking. I saw him looking at me, and I was like, why is this man looking at me like, and he had this real intense look at me, and he was just like, and then he came over to me and was like, yeah, you need to do something with this. And I'm like, with what? He said, the whole Buddy thing.
Yeah.
You got his vibe. And I'm like, okay. And then I did some more research. Buddy was silly. I'm silly. I'm a mascot. Every band I seem to get, I wind up being the mascot in the band. I'm always laughing. And it's the same thing back and forth. Musically, musically, he sings and plays drums. I sing and play drums. He plays guitar. I'm learning how to play guitar. I'm like hacking badly at it. But it's musically, he spans across a vast amount of music. Musically, I'm the same way. So there's a lot of similarities. And he's just like, I've heard some people try to do it. This is effortless, that I'm seeing.
Yes.
And then Vernon also chimed in and was like, yeah, you really need to, because everything kept progressing. We kept really adding into it. And Vernon was just like, yeah, you need to dig deeper into Buddy and really, really do this, because it's you.
It's funny, man, because I remember that tour. I remember wanting to intercept that tour somewhere. So this is really resonating with me. And I talk to Jared Michael Nickerson sometimes from Burnt Sugar. So, I was feeling this.
Yeah,
it's coming back now. So I had a question for you. What was your connection with Living Color? And you just explained it. And Wimbish is on your album. Killing it. Y'all kill that.
Yeah, yeah. You
um,
know, I let him hear it. He was like, "I played that." It was like, "Yeah, you played that."
yeah, yeah. So I have another question for you because, there's Buddy work. There's a lot of Buddy music on there, but you stretched it a little bit and put on some of your own music. So how did you
Hmm.
put it into what I would say the spirit of Buddy Miles? Because it's pretty fluid. I mean, it's not like here's the Buddy music and then bam, oh, I recognize this is not.
Right. For me, it was just trying to. It was really just me being me.
Okay.
That's the honest answer. It was me being me and just trying to. Uh, if I was Buddy,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
approach it like that, and just looking at his body of work musically, and then looking at what was going on with the times, what's being said, and what's not being said from a
Yes.
music artist standpoint, and we know how a lot of lyrics are today. A lot of lyrics, for a lack of better terms, are bubblegum pop.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Hope I don't get in trouble for saying that, but there's no there's no depth and no weight to it. A lot of stuff is surface
Yeah.
just to appease the masses and not really to get in people's psyche. A lot of the Buddy stuff. Like I've got it. We did a listening party. A woman came to me. She was just like, "Yo, it really made me think with listening to the lyrics." And a lot of lyrics from when I was younger and in my parents' generation, and beyond that, they made you think versus just the surface, like a whitewash.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. I got you.
So it's like I was like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm
Yeah.
really doing
Yeah.
something.
You are doing something.
So
Um,
and I've always I was always been pressed from writers that I know that are artists. They're like, if you're gonna do this, say something. This gift is to say something, to touch people, to uplift people, to take people from whatever situation they're living in at the moment to the next moment, whether it's good or bad, ugly.
yes.
And that is our responsibility. So that's how I took on with the original tunes.
I want to ask you about the what I think it must have been 3 years of development of this album. I have never
It's thick.
seen this length timeline. Of course, I can't always say I always was privy to things, but I happen to know that this album was finished and actually got Purpose Records, George Littlejohn, to give me a chance to play some of the tracks. We talked about the album, but then the European distribution deal came about, and I
Mm-hmm.
had to just stop and wait. And so I've been chomping at the bit. So my question to you is, how did that deal go? Is this album getting into Europe in a way that makes you happy?
Yes.
Okay,
Finally, it was a process.
sure.
And shout out to Poogie Bell for helping make the connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I got to talk to Poochie about that. Oh, I know the connection now. I know his guy in Europe. Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's coming together.
Yep. Yep. And it just, I, I love touring in Europe,
Yes.
and I miss it, and
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, it's just a greater respect of music for the music there
Mm-hmm.
that we had that we don't have. Well, we'll get back to it eventually, but I'm looking forward to see the response from Europe.
Sure. Let's talk about the American experience a little bit. You just reminded me of something I wanted to ask about. So, I mean, Buddy was not, I would say, a superstar in the Black music listenership community. He was
Yeah, I'm
much
learning.
broader than that. And I will say that Jimi Hendrix had some issues like that himself. Some
Mm-hmm.
people have told me that the Band of Gypsys album is the one that started to bring them into Jimmy and probably therefore Buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
That's I've gotten that information too.
yeah,
So I'm like, and have to be honest, I really wasn't into Hendrix until that album.
yes, I
And as a
understand.
kid, I was like, "What? What was that?" I was in a barber shop
Hmm.
when it came on, and I was like, "Yo, what is that?" I was in high school actually. I think I was like in 10th grade.
Yes,
It was like, "Whoa, what? Who is that?" And it was like, "They don't know." Was on,
yeah, yeah,
and I was just like, "What is that?" And I'm a person that's like, I live for the vamp of a song.
yes.
And it
Well,
was just like, it was just sitting there. I was like, what? Oh,
exactly.
Say that again. He's like, and that's what kicked it off for me. And I was just
I
like,
see.
okay.
I see. So, I know the tour you were on back in 17 is over, and I haven't heard plans for a new one, but are you the carrier of the torch at this point? Part of the torch?
I would say I am.
Okay. I need to get you here to Pittsburgh. I need to figure this out. Well,
I'm game. We're looking for a good booking agent now, and
yes.
looking for dates.
Yeah, let's see what we
So,
can do to
and the
make
album
this
comes out
happen.
tomorrow.
Yes. James,
Yep.
concentrate on your driving.
Yes.
This has been great. And I was glad to refresh our interview from the last time because now it's out and you've had some
It'll be
time
out
to
tomorrow.
reflect and I get to listen to it and play it as much as I want. By the way, I might have jumped the gun a
Yes.
little bit. Down by the river. It, I, oh
Uh-huh.
my goodness. And you take that back from Neil Young all the way through Buddy, and now here you are with this. You kill that, and I love
Mm-hmm.
the horn arrangements on that. Just as an aside.
Yes. G.Jeff Smith
Okay.
from Family Stand. He
Oh,
did all the, he wrote out
oh,
the horn
oh,
arrangements.
oh, okay. I got you.
He wrote out the horn arrangements. He played all the saxes. Lee Hogan played trumpet. Kenyatta Beasley played the flugel solo, and Marky Machado did the guitar solo.
Okay. Thanks for all of the credits.
Yeah.
Be safe, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for this. We'll be in
My
touch.
pleasure.
Good luck
Indeed.
with the album and good luck with the future that it brings you. Oh, one more question. What's next?
Next Sunday, I'm in Cleveland for the R&B Hall of Fame to accept the award for Buddy. He's being inducted into the R&B Hall of Fame.
What?
Yeah.
Well, you could see my excitement and my surprise about what was going on with the induction ceremony with Biscuit and Buddy Miles. So, if you'd like to check out the whole radio show that I put together around this album, please check out soulshowmike.org, where the whole show is on demand for your listening pleasure. Thank you.